On Friday, we talked about Kobe Bryant slamming LeBron James and the Heat for honoring Trayvon Martin with the hoodie picture that they took to, show solidarity with Trayvon. And to refresh your memory, I'll give you the quote. He said, quote, "I won't react to something just because I'm supposed to, because I'm an African American. That argument doesn't make any sense to me. So we want to advance as a society and a culture, but say if something happens to an African American, we immediately come to his defense? Yeah, you want to talk about how far we've progressed as a society. Well, we've progressed as a society, then don't jump to somebody's defense just because they're African American. You sit and you listen to the facts just like you would in any other situation, right? So I won't assert myself." Well, guess who came to Kobe's defense over this? Stephen A. Smith. He went on Arsenio's show, so let's listen, and then I want to come back and break it down.
Kobe Bryant basically has the attitude that justice should be equal, no matter what, whether in regards to race or gender. And that was his position. All he was trying to say was that, excuse me, let's listen to the facts first. Let's make sure we know everything before we jump out and judge accordingly. You can't sit there and take somebody's side just because they're an African American. You can't turn around and assume or think that people from other races are going to ever be fair to you if you're not willing to exercise fairness yourself. Lay back, listen to the facts, and then accord justice where it should be served. And I don't have a problem with that. Me personally, I definitely think that he was right on point with that. I know a lot of black people are going to be upset about that. And as I've told you before,
upset.
Well, like I told you, when
Twitter went crazy.
When I give a damn, I'll let you know. You have to understand that when you make the mistake of jumping to emotional conclusions and being factually incorrect, your cachet diminishes. Because as a result, once you make that mistake, you don't get to come back from that. So you have to make sure that your emotions are deliberate and measured. You have to make sure that you do everything that you can to look into the facts before you jump to conclusions. You've got to pursue the facts to the best of your ability. That's all Kobe Bryant is saying. That's all any of us should be saying. Of course, you're a black man. You look at a young 17-year-old black boy. He got shot down. I was ticked off. I was instantly saying, man, we got to look into this because justice needs to be served. It would behoove us to make sure that we put forth our due diligence when it comes to being factual as opposed to emotional, because people use our emotions against us to diminish us and minimize us, and it works against us, not for us.
You see, here's the problem, and here's why I think Kobe is wrong, and here's why Stephen A. Smith is wrong. You are assuming that you know why LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and everybody else on the Heat decided to honor Trayvon and do the hoodie thing. You're assuming that they only came to his defense because he's an African American. So let me ask you a question. Hey, Kobe, Stephen A., do you know how much LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and the rest of the people on the Heat know about the case? Did you sit down and have a conversation with every single one of them and they told you, no, we're only defending him because he's African American? No, you didn't. You didn't. You are assuming and putting the motives that you think are theirs onto them. That's not the motives they told you that they had. So here's my problem with what he's saying. You're not giving any specifics as to where are the Heat just being emotional? Where is the African American community just being emotional? It's not just because he's an African American that they're coming to his defense. If that was the case that, black people only come to the defense of black people because they're black, then again, they would have voted for Herman Cain. They didn't. They would have voted for Alan Keyes when he ran for president. They didn't. They would have voted for Al Sharpton when he ran for president. They didn't. He didn't get through the primary process, and a lot of the black vote went to other Democratic candidates. So you're just wrong in saying, well, black people, all they do is support emotionally black people. So why is LeBron James wrong? Why is Dwayne Wade wrong? You're not... Ironically, he keeps talking facts this, facts. Don't be emotional. Facts. All right, tough guys, so where are the facts? Well, where are they wrong? Where are the Heat wrong in what they did? Do you think George Zimmerman should have gotten off? Because if you do, I would say you did a bad job with the facts. Because the jury did a bad job with the facts. Here are the facts. Race aside, we don't even need to bring race into this. You have somebody walking home minding their business, infamously now with Skittles and iced tea, and somebody thinks they're doing wrong. Again, race aside, we could say maybe he was stereotyping, and maybe he was, but just for the sake of only sticking to the facts and not assuming anything, somebody thinks somebody's doing something wrong. They're walking home minding their business. So they stalk the person, they follow them for X amount of time. Then the person gets scared and starts running, as we know because we have the phone call between Trayvon and his friend. Running because he's scared. Then you have the person that's following talking to the 911 operator. The 911 operator says, we don't need you to do that. When he says, are you going after him? We don't need you to do that. But he continues anyway, disregards the 911 operator. So you can have somebody chase somebody who's just minding their business, then an altercation happens. The guy has a gun and shoots the person minding his business dead. And then what? We're not allowed to talk about it. Don't talk about it because people might think that you're just being emotional. It's not about emotions, son. It's about the facts. The facts are the issue here. It doesn't matter whether it's black, white, Asian, tall, short. Doesn't matter. No matter who it was in that situation, the person should spend time behind bars. Whether you convict them, I don't think he should have been convicted of murder, of manslaughter. Fuck yes. In my opinion, it's an open and shut manslaughter case. The guy should be behind bars, and he's not. So for you to say the only reason it's just because Trayvon is black, that's why LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in the Heat are supporting him. Wrong. You don't know that. They probably know a lot more about the case than you're giving them credit for. Like, oh, he's black. Let's put the hoodie on and do the picture. No, they think too. It's not just you and Kobe that are thinking black men. It's also LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in the Heat. They're not all just doing it because he's black. They're doing it because the situation was wrong. The situation was fucked up. The facts, which you pretend to speak so highly of, which apparently you don't know them, the facts show was a bad situation, and there should be solidarity, not only in the African-American community, but in the white community and in every other community to say, we need this shit to stop, man. We need this shit to stop.